Hi, and welcome back to another episode of A Drop of Wine with your host Joaquin, and I'm Philip. Today we'll be talking about the region of Champagne and what wines they produce.
Champansky.
While I open the bottle, Joaquin will explain you what champagne actually is.
Nowadays, we say champagne to almost everything. So as soon as someone has a glass of sparkling wine in their hand, it's automatically a champagne. Obviously not true, because champagne is only allowed to be called champagne if it's from the region Champagne in France.
And there's no American champagne. It's just champagne.
There is no American champagne. There is no Italian champagne. There is no Spanish champagne. There's only French champagne from the region Champagne. And well, as you see, we have a sparkling product, so bubbles. And well, there are many different ways. There are different styles of champagne that we're gonna explain, and we will talk about the whole topic now in the next
45 minutes.
45 minutes, or however we will see. Well, thank you for pouring, Phil. What do we have here?
So we have here from David Leclapart a Blanc de Blanc champagne. Our first terminology of the day. Blanc de Blanc is a champagne only produced from white grapes. In this case, we have 100% champagne from a single vintage. Also, this is a word we're talking about. Single vintage means all the grapes are harvested in 1 year. And another word mentioned here is a zero dosage, which means no dosage, no sugar syrup, basically, has been added to the bottle after its fermentation and after its degorgement.
So
many words to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. So also now to stay with that whole topic, there are, as you maybe know, there is the word traditional method. So I think we should also explain a little bit about the traditional method, and because there is only traditional method in Champagne, because in other regions, for example, in the Italian regions where they produce Prosecco, they also use the traditional method, but they also use the Charmat method, which is not allowed to be used in Champagne, right?
So here, the second fermentation, where the bubbles happen, always has to happen in the bottle. After this happens, you have some residue on the bottom of the bottle. While aging the champagne, they turn it so that the residue goes to the bottom, and it's then held into liquid nitrogen, so it freezes, and then popped open so it's is removed. In order to make the bottle full and in order to make the champagne a little bit sweeter or not sweeter, you add dosage, which is basically sugar syrup, and this is the different levels of sweetness. So you have zero dosage, you have
also called liqueur d'expédition, which you have different levels of sweetness, where you sometimes also, when you hold a bottle of champagne, we will explain it, I think we will explain it later also, but you have different types of dosage, as Philip mentioned, and in this case zero dosage means no added sugar, so there is nothing added. Then you have different types of or milligrams of sugar what you add, and makes the champagne style different also.
It's grams, so you have in zero dosage really nothing. Then you have extra brut, which is I think from 2 to 5.
I'm not sure about
The
exactly
exact number.
I have a book here.
Then after extra brut you have brut, then you have demi-sec, and then you have sec. Sec means dry, but in champagnes, demi-sec or sec is actually quite a sweet wine. Here we have now Blanc de Blanc, so 100% Chardonnay, zero sugar, and single vintage. And I would say, to start off, we give it a taste.
Yeah, definitely. I already had the possibility to smell it. It's very fresh, I would say. We have very, very nice aromas of pears. Ripe pears.
It's very ripe.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm only with the fresh notes.
Yeah,
I do get this wine note. It's almost
like
like
a sweet fresh note, but like, I don't know. I have this ripe pears here, totally. Then also some hints of flowers, maybe some elderflower.
I get that as well. I wouldn't say it's your drinking.
Different.
It's a completely different style. I never had something like this, I would say.
Yep.
So it's not your sitting outside in the sun and drinking 3 of these.
Why not?
I would pair it with some food maybe. Some nice pasta dishes
But you
or
really
oysters.
You really have this zero dosage. It's very. I think if you would add here some dosage, it would be.
I think it would benefit from it, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know.
But like, you know, 2-3 grams.
Yeah.
Yeah. So about David Le Clapart, he's quite a small vineyard, family run. They only have 3 hectares. You remember when we talked about Bordeaux, we have 110,000 hectares in Bordeaux, whereas here in this specific winery, only 3 hectares. So it is quite small. He's in Montagne de Reims, where they usually mostly produce red wine, or not red wine, but red grapes. However, he has 90% of his production Chardonnay, and then just one wine of his is actually 100% Pinot Noir. It's the 2nd generation now run by the kids of David. And yeah, definitely a micro producer. Give it a try. This is his entry level, L'Amateur. And then he has a couple of other ones that we might taste in the future. Then a couple of other terminologies maybe. So we talked about what is Champagne.
You have been to Champagne, right?
I have been to Champagne, yes.
I never had the possibility, but I would love to do that.
I've been twice. One time I stayed at Reims. One time I stayed at Épernay. So it's the 2 major cities, I would say. Épernay is quite small. We were there overnight, and like after the restaurants are closed, everything's closed.
Where did you stay? Did you stay at the Champagne house?
We stayed both times at hotels.
Okay.
But of course, every hotel there has a champagne bar and a very extensive wine list. So you can definitely get some great champagnes for great prices. When I was in Reims, I was just with a group of friends, you know, eating, drinking, visiting some champagne houses. And in Épernay, I was actually invited by the CIVC. It's the Comité Interprofessionnel Viniculteur de Champagne. I think so. And it was still during university time, so they had a tasting competition at each Swiss hospitality school, and if you won, you were invited on this trip. It was one night,
and you won,
of course,
obviously.
And we visited different champagne houses. We went to different lunches and dinners, and yes, just enjoyed our time there. And the other time when I was with friends, we visited mostly bars. We did some champagne houses also, but in one of the bars, I found out about one of our favorite champagne houses, Marie Cottin. So we were sitting in a bar, and the guy was coming to us, was like, "Hey guys, what do you want to drink? Yeah, I have this, and then if you want rock and roll, try this." And of course, we said, "Well, okay, let's try
rock and roll. What is
rock and roll?" And since then, we drank a lot of Marie Cottin. She has many different wines, even though it's a very small producer, and
also not that easy to get, right?
It's quite rare or fine. She's becoming more popular now because she's winning lots of prizes. We sell them in our shop, by the way. And yeah, also with her, it's always single vintage, single vineyard. So all the grapes come from 1 year, from 1 vineyard, and usually also just one grape variety. In her case, mostly Pinot Noir.
So check it out. We have 3 different ones at our website right now. Yes, and we also have one still champagne, so no bubbles.
Tell us about still champagne. Coteau de Champagne.
Coteau de Champagne, right. To be honest, I'm not very into that topic. You were the person who really started that. We like to use it when we do the master classes and tastings. We like to start with something that the people don't really know, because it's something that you don't really drink, right? You don't find it everywhere. It's something special.
Yeah.
And actually, we had something very, very special. As you remember, it was from Louis Röderer. We had
the Camille.
Camille, exactly.
One in red, one in white. It's really hard to find.
But it was outstanding also.
Just so they have that in Champagne, they don't only produce sparkling wines, they also have smaller ones of still wine. But before we go more into that, maybe we can go all the way back, who invented sparkling wine? Because it is not how many people think Dom Perignon.
Tell me.
Sparkling wine was actually invented by the British. Back then when it was invented, I'm not sure which year it was, quite a long time ago, but the glass they used in France was not strong enough to hold the pressure on a bottle. You know, a bottle of champagne has as much pressure as the tire of a truck.
Or even more, I think.
Or even more.
Yeah.
So the
That
bottles
makes
would
sense.
just burst. Whereas the British figured out a way, and then later it was brought to the region of Champagne. Dom Perignon, another topic to talk about, actually thought that bubbles in wine are a mistake, and he tried to avoid that. He did many other things. For example, he created a white wine from red grapes, so he is definitely a pioneer, but he didn't invent champagne. But it is a nice story to tell for Moet Hennessy.
Different topic, but is very important in my opinion. Because before I wanted to mention it, as we were drinking 100% Chardonnay, we chose the Wine Wings Chardonnay glasses today. Yeah, so here is the topic.
Say no to flutes.
Say no to flutes. A lot of people ask, or they know, you know, champagne is, you drink champagne out of flutes, and it doesn't matter where you go. Most of the times they serve it in flutes, but actually it's so much better to drink like in this kind of glass, or in a white wine glass, or in a proper champagne glass. Yeah, what do you think?
Absolutely. I think I like it most from universal glasses, but definitely flutes or coupes are not the way to go. Flutes because the wine doesn't really express itself, or because of the shape, the aromas stay mostly inside, and the wine doesn't get the air it needs. Whereas in coupes, all the bubbles evaporate, all the aromas go everywhere. So just to get yourself a nice white wine glass, a Riesling glass, a champagne glass, and you will have way more fun.
Definitely.
Because we talked about Dom Perignon today and who did not invent champagne, there was a house that did invent champagne in Champagne. Do you know who was the first champagne house?
I have no idea.
It was actually Ruinart.
Ruinart, okay.
So not Dom Perignon, but Dom Ruinart was the first house in Champagne that produced champagne. There was a winemaker before who produced still wines, Gosset. They are the only winemaker in the region, but the first house that produced sparkling wine was Ruinart. Another Moet Hennessy example.
Yeah.
So not bad.
Also, we had Dom Ruinart the other day out of a Magnum bottle. It was outstanding for me. It was the first time.
It was so good.
It was really good, yeah.
Sebastian, can I pour you some champagne? I think we forgot about you here. Of course, we need to pour to our videographer also.
Bruno, the cameraman.
Here you go.
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah. You're fine when I say you're fine.
Okay. Monday, by the way.
And we also briefly talked about Blanc de Blanc. There's something called also Blanc de Noir, where they only use red grapes in order to produce a white wine, white of red. And
so if you just also, for the people who are not that into that topic, you can also produce white wine out of red grapes.
That's what Dom Perignon actually invented.
Yeah. So the color comes from the skin. If you leave the skins on the juice when pressing, and that's how the wine turns red or rosé. But if you just press the red grapes quickly and you just remove the skin, it stays white.
Also, to quickly jump back, there are 7 grapes permitted to be used in champagne. The major ones are Chardonnay, what we have here. Then another white one is Pinot Blanc, for example. Red ones, which are commonly used, are Pinot Noir and Meunier.
Yeah.
So when you use when you make a Blanc de Noir, you can use these 2 grapes. The other 4 are kind of getting a little bit more popular, but I don't think we need to.
You mentioned Pinot Noir already, right?
I mentioned Pinot Noir, Pinot Blanc, Meunier, and Chardonnay. And then what usually is used in champagne, like I would say probably 80% of the production, maybe more, is a cuvée of the 3 grapes, Meunier, Pinot Noir, Chardonnay. And the major sugar level, what we talked about before, is brut. So you have around 7-8 grams of residual sugar.
6 to 8, I think.
You have the 3 grapes, Pinot Noir, Meunier, and Chardonnay used. And most of the time they come in a bottle size like this. But also very popular in champagne are the Magnum bottles or the 3-liter bottles.
Which they have a special name also.
Magnum and Jeroboam.
Jeroboam, then it goes up to 15, 30 liters. 30 liters, I think there's only one champagne house who produces 30-liter bottles, which is Omar de Brignac.
No, there are a couple. There's Drapier also.
Okay.
I think Tétanger does it even.
Okay.
But the most,
the known of,
most known is Jay-Z's champagne house, of course.
Well, let's play a game, right?
Let's play a game.
Like always. Because we like games. Yeah, so which game are we playing?
We're playing rank these champagnes by tiers.
So let's start with Piolo.
Underrated.
Moët de Chandon.
Overrated. Moët de Chandon is probably one of the biggest producers, but for me they're overrated.
Charles Heidsieck.
Underrated.
Then of course Marie Cottin, but we already mentioned as one. Superior, then Salon.
God tier. Salon, for those of you who don't know, it's a small production. Always Blanc de Blanc from Le Ménil.
Yeah, God tier, definitely.
Definitely God tier.
Krug.
Also God tier if you give them some time.
Last but not least, Dom Perignon.
Dom Perignon, I have to put it in the overrated category because many people drink it too young and then it's just not worth the price. So now it's your turn. Let's rank these champagne houses by tier categories. I will take my phone also, not to forget any. Louis Roederer.
I really like Louis Roederer, especially the Cristal. I would not say God tier.
Superior.
But superior, yes. I really like it.
Boulanger. Or Bollinger. Is it Boulanger?
Bollinger or Boulanger. By the way, we have a bottle here. Magnum bottle of Bollinger RD or Boulanger RD.
Récemment dégorgé.
Yes, in 1988. Very nice. Yes, if you give me a bottle like that, it would be God tier. But as the usual, I would let's stay with the normal cuvée. I would say it's underrated. I really like it. And yeah, especially the rosé is very good, I think.
Yeah. The nice thing with Bollinger or Boulanger,
yeah, tell us.
No one knows, is that they age all of the wines in wood, which gives them like a nice, little bit more complex flavor profile. Paul Roger.
Paul Roger is a solid champagne, and I would say also that it's underrated.
I agree, absolutely. You don't see it that much, but it's not actually a very fine wine.
Especially the Winston Churchill is amazing. Yeah. But we never drink that one.
Yeah.
We had it one time together, I think.
Yeah, I've not sold a couple of bottles also, but Tétanger or Teitinger. Tétanger,
I think Tétanger, they have a really good champagne. I think, okay, the usual one is okay. Maybe it's overrated even, but also it's not a champagne.
Also underrated.
It's also not, okay, let's say it's underrated, but the Comte de Champagne is really good.
Yeah, it's amazing. Veuve Clicquot.
Yeah, I think the brand is amazing. The label is stunning. I don't want to say overrated.
It's overrated.
No, yes, okay, but we're talking about very, very big houses. I mean, these are very, very solid champagnes. And actually, you know what is this? The very, very special thing about this, and this, I have to mention this now.
Yeah, mentioned.
Veuve Clicquot, Moët de Chandon, all these wineries, they're making such a great job because they can guarantee that the champagne always tastes the same every year. It's consistency what they're doing, and that's the crazy thing about it, because you know the climate is changing, this is happening, that is happening. There are many factors playing here, and this is the big knowledge they have, is to produce the same champagne every year and to they mix thousands of different wines to get this product, and that's art.
That's true.
It's yeah, nothing to do with the other ones, but I would not say, I don't want to say overrated. Let's find something in between. I don't know, but okay, let's skip it.
Yeah, it's not true. It's not over. Yeah, no, I think it's overrated.
Okay, so you took that decision for me.
Ruina.
Ruina, very nice champagne house. They have good variety of different champagnes. I would say underrated.
Underrated.
Now overrated. Nah,
What about
underrated, yeah.
Superior?
Huh?
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, Superior is missing still. See, so I forgot about Superior. And I'm waiting for the God tier, but yeah.
Laurent Perrier.
Laurent Perrier, difficult ones, but also underrated, I would say.
Okay.
I think Laurent Perrier is underrated. You know that I love Laurent Perrier because they have one of my favorite champagnes, so this classic, so I can say anything. Okay.
Deutz.
Underrated.
Jacques Silos.
Jacques Silos, for me, it's
You can
okay.
pay it.
It's the, for you it would be the God tier.
For
but
you, it's overrated.
For me, it's overrated, but it's a personal thing. Not a personal thing with the champagne, with the house. So I think the style of the champagne is not my kind of style. This a lot of oxidation, this oxy flavors, what are not. It's more like kind of a Solera.
It is Solera,
Yeah.
100%.
So for me, I'm not a very big fan of that, and I really enjoy drinking it, and I think it's very special to drink it because it's very rare and everything, and I really appreciate it when someone brings a bottle. But I would never buy a bottle of Jacques Silos for myself.
Okay. I get your point. For me, it's one of the best champagnes out there. Above Salon. Stefan Herberts.
God tier.
God, so perfect. Stefan Herbert is God.
Stefan Herbert is God tier.
So it's hard to rank champagne houses because all of them produce, or most of the ones we mentioned now, Boulanger, Tétanger, Veuve Clicquot, Moët Chandon. By the way, it's Moët Chandon. It's not Moët. It's not Moyot. It's Moët Chandon. They all produce basic entry-level champagnes, but they also produce really, really good stuff. So it's hard to level them. Next run we will do with specific bottles. Which brings us to the next game. Tell me what you think are the 5 most expensive champagnes you can find online. Not vintage, just
yeah. So definitely, I think that the most expensive I know is from Krug.
Okay.
Help me if I say it wrong. Darbonnet or no?
Claude Ambonnet.
Claude Ambonnet. Darbonnet, right? Yeah. So I know perfectly. I just didn't know how to say it, but it's this dark blue purple label that Krug has. It's a Blanc de Noir. I never had it before. But I think that's the big fish in the pond.
It's number 4.
It's number 4. Crazy. Okay. So brings me to the next one. Salon. What we already. Do you mean from the champagne brands or from
just, let's say, the most expensive bottle a champagne house produces? Not by vintage, just
But also the 30-liter one could be the one, or
no, in normal format. So we have number 4, Claude Ambonnet by Krug.
Okay. Then I mentioned Salon Le Menil.
Not in the top 5.
Not in the top 5. Who?
I even mentioned one before. You had it in your hand.
Stefan Herbert.
No.
Yeah, Boulanger. Nee.
Yeah.
Boulanger AD.
One special edition of it.
This one?
The James Bond edition.
Yeah, we have it here, by the way, and it's the bottle out of the James Bond edition. But I don't want to bring it here because it's huge.
It's like a whole case. It's like this, and it opens, and then the bottle comes out. Only in this vintage. It is place number 3.
Place number 3, crazy. I don't know. Like I mentioned Krug. I really thought that is the most expensive one. Then we have Salon. We have maybe something from Jacques Silos.
We do have Jacques Silos. Is vintage. Place number 5.
Okay, number 5. Then Boulanger. And what else could be there? Ooh. Tell me.
Place number 2, we have Dom Perignon P3 Rosé.
3. Oh.
And place number 1, Dom Perignon P3 Blanc.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Which ones did you have already?
Jacques
Okay.
Celos.
Jacques Celos, this one we had.
We had this one. We had Salon's not there.
Salon is not in the list.
Huh?
What is the most expensive champagne you had?
I would say most expensive champagne was
Or not the
either-
most expensive. Let's say different. What's the best champagne you've ever drank?
Can we do top 3?
Yes, okay, let's go. Let's go.
Let's start the next game.
Top 3 champagnes you've ever had. Let's go.
Not necessarily in this order, but definitely up there is Jacques Celos Millésime 1999.
1999.
That was wild. Then from Henri Guiraud Argonne,
Mm-hmm.
just because I had it recently. And then I would say Salon 1997.
Mm-hmm. I think Dom Perignon P2, my vintage.
Yeah, nice one.
Then we had Salon also. Wow. Also the 97, which we had together.
We also had the 99. Also,
9. Yeah. Very nice. And very nice. And what else? I'm not sure now, but maybe some Krug.
Oh, yeah.
Krug is very good.
Oh, I forgot the Krug collection 1988.
We had that right.
Yeah, true. Maybe I need to remove something from my list. I removed the Argonne. I put Krug 1988 collection there. Whew. Yeah, that's better.
I always forget about what we drink because we have so much that night, always, that we always forget everything the next day.
So let's talk again quickly before we continue. How do you think the champagne developed? What do you like about it? Do you like it?
So I told you before, I don't know. It's Monday. It's exactly, it's 4 o'clock now. And it feels quite good to have a glass of champagne on Monday. So let's do the Monday fun day out of it. I know, to be honest, I like it. It's a solid champagne for me. It's different, but I think it fits the situation.
Okay.
Good. It's not too complicated. I think it's just
Really, I think it's so complex for me. I brought the bottle, but I'm not a big fan. I have it the first time. For me,
it's also the first time.
I don't know, too much in your face. It has what I just saw. It has 13.5% of alcohol, which is a lot for champagne.
A little bit.
So usually it has around 12.5. This has 13.5. Also, the perlage it's gone so fast. Like I didn't drink it for 10 minutes and I had a still wine basically.
I think.
So not my cup of tea or glass of champagne. I don't know. But 2 people like it, so maybe it's just my palate after the weekend. We just talked a little bit about Jacques Celos. He doesn't like it or he doesn't appreciate it too much. I love it. So Jacques Celos, he's a pioneer in champagne making. What he does very oxidized champagnes. He does it in a Solera system, means there's like a barrel pyramid. They're all interconnected, and you pour the wine on top, and then the other ones overflow. And like this, you have a perpetual wine reserve, and always then on the bottom, they get the wine comes out like this. The wine is in touch with a lot of oxygen, so it oxidizes, but in a very nice way, not in a faulty way. But it's very special and unique. Some people might see oxidation as a mistake because it has these.
No, but he uses. Yeah, you have these different aromas here. You have
the
more
nuttiness and brioche and almonds, but really intense.
It's going to the cherry. Sherry.
Like sherry, the sherry, the fortified wines.
Yeah.
So it's going a little.
It's going to the fortified wine stylistic, I would say.
Yeah. So the big question is, to Celos or not to Celos? What is your opinion?
So again,
to Celos or not to Celos?
To Celos. Not to Celos.
Not to Celos.
For me, not. I tell you. So I had different ones now. I had the Millésime With you the Millésime 1999.
We had all of them now. We had Zerstans, we had Initial, we had V. Rosé.
It's actually in Brut, right? It's not Rosé, but
Rosé can be Brut. Brut is the sugar level, Rosé is the color. Mr. WSET3.
yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, we had them all, but yeah, I'm not a fan of it. And actually, we had a bottle on Wednesday.
Rosé,
yeah.
while aged also in the bottle, and I think it's great. And then there are many. So there was
no. It was without bubbles. There were no.
Well, yeah,
Very,
a
very
little,
slight.
a little.
Yes, a little.
But there are couple of people who did their apprenticeship with Jacques Selos or Anselm Selos. One of them is Cédric Bouchard. He does the Les Roses de Jeanne. And then you have Les Beguines. Wie heißt der nochmal?
Les Pinguins.
Les Beguines. So you have Cédric Bouchard with Les Roses de Jeanne, and you have with La Closerie, Jérôme Prévost. They both work there. They develop their own style, but it is very Selos-like. Maybe not that intense. And then you have other producers like Ulysse Collin. You also have Henri Guiraud, who all work with this oxidation, with the wood fermentation. So if you're into that kind of champagne and you don't want to spend 700-800 euros on a bottle of Selos, these are some houses you can look into. For me, the favorite Selos-like champagne, I would say, is from La Closerie Les Beguines or from Henri Guiraud, Argonne.
You had it with Fabian, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since we talked a lot about champagne now, and that champagne can only come from champagne, what other sparkling wines are there? And how do you call something that is produced in a champagne method, for example, in Germany, Spain, Italy?
Yeah, and so Italy is the last one, so it would be Franciacorta, right?
Oh, Franciacorta is a region. How you call it is a spumante.
I have a headache today. I think it's that candle.
For sure, it's the candle. Yeah.
Kannst du das schnell ausblasen? Die ist so intensiv. Ich habe so Schädelweh gerade.
Aber echt, man kommt zur Tür rein und
ja,
läuft gegen die Wand. You were right. We have Franciacorta in Italy, which is Espumante.
Espumante, yes. We have in Spain, we have Cava. Yeah. We have Sekt in Germany.
I agree.
We have lots of great things. We have sparkling wine all over the world. And sometimes, we have Crémant in Germany, in France.
Everything outside of champagne
is Crémant.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So you have Crémant de Bourgogne, Crémant de Loire, Crémant de Bordeaux, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You call it in Austria Sekt.
Sekt, yeah.
You call it then in South Africa. You call it Cap Classique. Actually, but probably you'll never drink it.
No.
And then I don't know about other regions. Americans like to call it champagne, but sorry, that's not.
Also, Argentina, it's quite fun because we produce sparkling wine in Argentina, and the Argentinian people, they say champagne, yeah, always to everything what is produced there. The sparkling wines are called champagne.
Russia also Champansky. So yeah, there are different words around it. But if you just champagne is champagne only if it comes from Champagne.
So we already mentioned it before. So you have the different types of production. For example, in Italy, where they produce a lot of Prosecco, which is also crazy. They produce a lot of Prosecco there.
Prosecco is the different producing method, and it's a region in Italy.
Yes, and that's the Charmat method. So in the steel tanks, and they have special steel tanks that hold the pressure, and not like with the champagne, because we didn't say it directly, but the bubbles they get produced in the bottle when the wine and the yeast start to make, or the sugar and the yeast start to make a reaction, and the bubbles start.
And fermentation, second fermentation.
Exactly.
And we actually checked it out before. So 3 times the pressure of a car tire.
Yeah.
In a
So
bottle of champagne.
in the champagne houses or in the places where you produce sparkling wine in the cellars, when you go around, especially with Dom Perignon, that was the story that, you know, there are different bottles and you have P2 or P3, for example, and they stay in the bottle there in the winery for many, many years until they get released. So when they're lying there, sometimes the bottles break because they have a lot of pressure inside, and they try to keep the champagnes in different small rooms or caves to prevent that when one explodes, the whole thing explodes. And this happened. So also when this kind of thing happens, when one bottle breaks and the others explode, you have to get out of that room as quickly as possible because it fills up of not of oxygen.
And glass goes everywhere.
Yes.
And yeah, sometimes you do a tour there and you hear somewhere.
Boom. Yeah, exactly. So, but this is how they prevent that everything breaks. So they put it in different chambers to prevent, especially the expensive ones now. Yeah. But it happened to me. I was in Argentina actually at Chandon, and while we had the tasting, I think 3 or 4 bottles exploded. Quite scary.
So before we end this up, do you want to play a little game?
So let's play a game.
Let's play a game.
Rate these 5 champagnes and food pairings. So let's start with, I have them here.
Okay.
So let's start with a very special one. Would be some vintage champagne, Bollinger RD with fried chicken.
It's really hard to beat. It's going to be number 2.
2? Okay. Then we'll do something weird. Ruina Blanc de Blanc and fried egg. Breakfast.
That's gonna be a number 4.
Then you know that's that one. You knew that one would come. It would be Dom Perignon Rosé with chicken nuggets. It's fried chicken.
Fried chicken again.
But okay, but the combination was nice.
The combination is nice.
Forget it. Let's do something different. Let's do Krug with Wiener Schnitzel.
Oh, that's the number 1.
Yeah. What else?
I thought you wrote it down.
Grand Siècle, Laurent Perrier, Grand Siècle, and caviar.
Number 3.
Yeah. And how many did we have?
One more.
One more. Classic one, and not to beat. Dom Perignon, and so the normal Dom Perignon and oysters.
Yeah, number 5.
Oh.
I can live with that.
Okay, great.
Rate this wine and food combination without knowing what comes next. Krug and fried chicken.
I don't eat fried chicken. I eat chicken nuggets sometimes, but I
Krug and fried chicken.
chicken nuggets. So yeah, I would go to number 5.
Number 5?
Yeah.
Marie Cotin and Döner, but Cotin written with Ü, like Döner.
Cotin. Number 4.
Number 4. Veuve Clicquot and filet of fish.
Oh, I think I would go for number 1.
Really?
I love filet of fish.
Okay.
That's why I don't care about the champagne. But no, let's say number 2.
Okay. Then we have Salon and the French onion soup.
Could be interesting.
Also think so.
Yeah, so number 1.
And I know your 5 is gone already. Moët Chandon and deviled eggs.
Well, disgusting. So definitely number 10. So fun games to play. In that case,
let's look into what's coming next. Christmas is up. We have a nice event coming up on the 10th of December in our cellar in Vienna, our famous Stammtisch. We do a Christmas edition this time. We have, again, some nice wineries invited from Italy, Austria. We have catering prepared. We're going to be 30, 40 people as usual. And maybe you can tell us quickly how the Stammtisch usually goes.
Yeah, maybe we will also have some mulled wine. Let's see. But for you to know how the Stammtisch works, Stammtisch is a nice event that we started last year, where we just want to motivate people to just come by our cellar, to talk about wine, to have a glass of wine together. The idea is that everyone brings a bottle of their favorite wine or just a bottle of wine and shares it with the whole community and the other people that participate at the event. So there is always a small snack that we prepare, that we have there for our guests. And of course, we provide a lot of great wines.
And also, it's also good for beginners. We don't only have professionals there or people who know everything about wine. It's a perfect event if you want to know more about the world of wine. There are people who share their knowledge. There are people who just want to drink a wine with you. There are winemakers, and it's a really relaxed atmosphere.
Definitely. I think that's that's a special thing also, because a lot of people think, oh my God, yeah, they're in the wine business, like there will be only professionals. No, in this case, it's not like that. It's exactly what we want to have, is want to have a good mix of people. Everyone has a passion to drink wine, and everyone, is open for everything. So there is no one not invited.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And another thing, if you don't follow us on Instagram yet, you can follow us on Instagram.
It's vilumi.wines on Instagram.
Like last year, we will do some Christmas giveaways again. So on each of the 4 Advents, on Christmas, and one other day, I forgot which one.
It's starting now, end of November. It will be every Sunday until Christmas.
And we will do giveaways. We will give away wine. Last year we had some VIP tickets for football. We had some beer. We had merchandise. So follow us. Check out our content there, and we will sure to send some presents over.
Definitely. So,
I guess that sums it up. I hope you enjoyed this session of champagne. Next time we will talk about German Riesling.
Let's go.
And yes, please let us know in the comments what you think about us, about this podcast, about the wines.
And if you have any questions to the topics we mentioned today about champagne, or whatever you need, whatever you have in your mind, just let us know in the comments or on our DMs. So
we also do have a website, www.vilumi.com. So you can contact us there as well, or buy our merch and wines, of course.
Well, so have a great day. Have a good time.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Cheers. And bye.
Bye-bye.